Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about Leo and Aquarius intercepted in a natal horoscope. Well, first thing I want to talk about as far as interception goes with these two signs, as most of you know, interception is about repression and suppression of that energy of that particular sign. And obviously it's going to vary house to house. And the first thing with Leo, I'll talk about Leo being intercepted. The Leo part of the deal, Leo is about extroversion and gregariousness, and about standing out, wanting attention. And when Leo is intercepted in the chart, Cancer will be on the house cusp that precedes it. And with Cancer on that house cusp, the person might exude and exhibit a strong, sensitive, emotional quality, a caring, sympathetic quality. The nurturing side of that particular house cusp, or the person will show a lot of that nurturing quality in association with that house cusp. Now, but the thing is, at the same time, the person might be looking for some kind of attention and recognition in as far as that house goes, and it could indicate some difficulty in having this. Now, let's take the next sign that in the interception, I guess we'd say the axis is going to be Aquarius. Now, the person that has Aquarius, the sign intercepted in their natal chart, now may have some difficulty showing that ingenious, that original, unique side of the person. There might be a part of that person that really wants to unleash their uniqueness, and maybe some kind of their utopian side that need to be different and innovative even perhaps in some area or sector of his or her life, but may have difficulty doing so. And this might be very repressed or suppressed, this energy, and what happens is it's stored up for so long and held in that when it does, it eventually comes out often, and when it does, it could come out like with a lot of originality. Person might show a lot of idiosyncrasies, maybe in a big surge where instead of showing it just naturally, it kind of comes out maybe all at once. And then the thing with the attention thing with the Leo is similar in that perhaps that strong extroversion, that gregarious side, may come out strongly in that area too, depending on the house where Leo would be intercepted. Now, could show maybe by some examples how this could work. Now, let's take somebody. There's a good example. Take somebody that has Cancer on the zodiac sign Cancer on their 4th house cusp, and let's say they have Leo intercepted in the 4th house. Well, Cancer being in its natural home as far as the house cusp goes, would may show very nurturing, sensitive, emotional qualities, and really it's really at home in that particular house cusp. And there might be very strong, obviously, emphasis on the home and family with that placement, and the person may show great sensitivity in this area. However, with Leo intercepted in the 4th house, the person might have difficulty at times. Maybe they might want attention, maybe to some degree, as far as from family members, for example, or want a little bit more recognition for what they're doing, maybe in terms of the home. Maybe this person, for example, might be doing a lot of renovation and a lot of just general assistance around the home, and they feel like maybe they're not getting the recognition, maybe they, being lauded the way they should for their efforts. And Leo is also about extroversion and gregariousness, and this person might maybe sometimes have difficulty showing, maybe being as outgoing as they really would like to be in terms of matters pertaining to the homes. And also the 4th house does rule the end of life, so it could indicate a person at the end of life that maybe wants to have maybe a little bit more attention towards them, and maybe they feel that they're not getting that sufficiently. Now, with Leo intercepted in the 4th in that example, you would have Aquarius would be intercepted in the 10th house. Now Capricorn would be on the cusp of the 10th in this example, and the person that would have Capricorn on the cusp of the 10th house may be very conservative, orthodox, and conventional, very pragmatic and practical regarding matters pertaining to their career, their livelihood, their public image, and which is Capricorn would be at home in that placement on the 10th house cusp. However, if Aquarius is intercepted in the 10th house, this person may be yearning to show maybe something somewhat their originality, their ingenuity in their career. This might be somebody that might be reluctant to show original ideas in connection with the career, the job they're working at. Maybe they feel because maybe it'll be somewhat like rejected or repudiated, and maybe they feel that it wouldn't be acceptable, for example, and maybe their superiors would look down on them, as another example for this, and might think differently of them. And there might be some reluctance and suppression as far as this goes, but when it does come out, then it could come out maybe in a very strong surge and all, and this person might come out with a plethora of all these ideas that are connected with his or her career in doing things where that really that they were holding in for some time, and which is not necessarily good. It's good maybe to show the originality in whatever area you are in life, but unfortunately when you have an interception, and when it does come out, it's because it was suppressed and bottled up for so long. It could come out in a storm, and that could be sometimes to the person's detriment. Anyway, and as I've stated in other interception videos, is that the thing about interceptions is that through progression in a natal chart, the progressions will eventually, assuming the person does live 20, 30 years, whatever, they will eventually go out through progression, and they won't be intercepted, at least as far as progression goes, and that'll alleviate some of the negativity connected with the interceptions in the natal chart, but it won't eradicate it completely. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Leo and Aquarius intercepted in a natal chart, and stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about Virgo and Pisces intercepted in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel, and secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.